Hello everyone, Courtney here. It's always helpful from time to time to check in and see where we are at with our goals. More often, we need to take a step back and refocus on what we really need. But that can be hard to do. Where do we even start? Today is that check-in. Are you ready to enter the pyramid of progress and the power of knowing? Welcome to episode number 62. Let's get into it.
Where inventing, passion, and hard work intersect. Welcome to the Serial Inventing Podcast. Bite-sized, perspective-altering episodes on serial inventing and beyond. From motivating key tips on product licensing to obstacle-busting conversations on transitioning to a full-time serial product developer. Buckle your seatbelt, because you're in for a ride. Warning, this podcast may motivate you to make wild decisions that will propel you forward in your inventing career and hijack more of your time for your passion. If you aren't ready to make it happen, then this podcast isn't for you.
For this check-in, we will be doing two things. Two very simple things that can help guide us in both the mental space and the physical space, if you will. First, we will talk about the physical space. Think of this approach as a pyramid with 4 tiers on it. I will start at the bottom of the pyramid and we will work our way up it. This is a quote by Dan Coe, who speaks a lot about philosophy, business, and focus. I would very much recommend that if you like the topics my podcast talks about, you will like his YouTube channel. It's linked in the show notes. The quote we will be focusing on is deep, and frankly, I would recommend you write it down and place it on your fridge. Here is the quote. If you're lost, the answer is education. If you're educated, the answer is execution. If you're executing, the answer is persistence. If you're persisting, the answer is experimentation. This really hit me like a semi-truck. It's so simple, yet so powerful. For example, I struggle to find time to play the ukulele and often feel lost with where I need to go. So the answer for me is I need more education. I'm at level 1. When it comes to Latin dancing, I am educated on a large variety of moves, but not sure where to go next. So my answer is I need to execute more. I need to dance more and get more experience. When it comes to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I'm executing and going to classes twice a week. So to level up, I need persistence. In product licensing, to get my first deal, I had to persist. And by doing so, I got my first deal after 2 years and 81 no's. And this year, I have dedicated my year to experimenting with scripts, titles, ways to get into companies, and how to create a more quality hit list. And through that, I have developed systems that have a far higher percentage of getting in than I have seen in over 8 years. So now, anytime I feel stuck, or don't know what to do next, lost in mediocrity, if you will, not accomplishing what I want to, I now go back to this quote, this formula, and it sets me straight. So pick something right now in your life that you are frustrated with your progress with, and see where you are at so you know what you need to do. Think about it now. Here is the pyramid once more. If you're lost, the answer is education. If you're educated, the answer is execution. If you're executing, the answer is persistence. If you're persisting, The answer is experimentation. Message me on LinkedIn with which level you are at, and I'll give you a tip toward how to accomplish that next level. And now that we have talked about the physical world, now for the mental part. The way you talk to yourself in your head is very important. Dare I say, even more important than the physical part of what we just went over. Think about your inner thoughts like an outward coach. Let's call them a fitness coach. Just think if you came to them with your dreams, goals, lifelong passions, and they told you that you won't make it. You won't lose weight. What if they said they think you will lose weight? What if they said they believe you will lose weight? What if they said they know you will lose weight? There are 4 stages right there. Negative talk, think, believe, know. And I personally think the jump from thinking to believing is the biggest jump of them all. Far bigger than going from believing to knowing. And I also think it's the easiest jump because you can fake it. It's such an incredible thing that we just don't tap into. So if your internal voice is past the negative self-talk and you keep telling yourself that you think you will get a licensing deal, that's a great start. But that's just the beginning. Why? Because you are leaving space between yourself and your dreams. You think you will, but you also might not make it. You are engaging the rational part of your brain. Well, if you believe you will, that just closed that gap a bit more. You went from rationalization to feeling. You have a feeling you will make it. That is much deeper. But to really make it, you need to know. Knowing is higher than a feeling. Say to yourself every day, you know you will get a licensing deal. It's so simple, yet truly powerful. And this is something easily in your power. There are only 2 pieces you need to do the heavy lifting in this one. 1, you need to embody it. You can't just say it, and you can't just jump to it. You need to go up in progression from think to believe to know. You can fake embodying it at first. Stand tall, look in the mirror, smile, take a deep breath, and say it. That way, you can start to trick your body to believe it. And it won't know the difference. There are studies on this. And 2, you need to be consistent with it. Every day, every time you think about it, you must know you will get a deal. That closes that final gap to 0. There then will be no space in between the dream you want and the dream you now have. Thanks for tuning in and taking a few bites with me today. And remember, serial inventors don't make excuses. They make it happen. See you soon!